A long, long time ago, the music promised joy. It held the power to make people dance, to conjure fleeting happiness from the ether of shared rhythm. This was the initial covenant, the unspoken agreement between artist and audience, a fragile hope for collective solace. But then, February arrived, a harbinger of cold truth. The news, delivered relentlessly, brought a chill that penetrated deeper than winter's bite. It spoke of an end, a rupture, a moment when the very fabric of cultural optimism began to fray. The precise moment of tears may blur, but the impact remains indelible. Something profound shifted. A wound opened in the collective psyche. It was more than a single loss. It was the symbolic demise of an era, the shattering of a youthful dream. This was the day the music died, a phrase that became a lament, a prophecy. It marked a turning point, a descent from the vibrant promise of post-war exuberance into a more complex, often somber, reality. The levee, once a symbol of resilience, was dry. Did we truly write the book of love, or merely read its fleeting chapters? The questions arose, stark and urgent. Faith in the divine, the solace of Scripture, the redemptive power of rock and roll. Could music truly save a mortal soul, or merely postpone its reckoning? We sought guidance, even in the simple act of a slow dance. Yet even amidst this yearning, personal narratives unfolded. The innocent joy of shared movement, the rhythm and blues, offered a brief respite, a fleeting connection in a world growing increasingly isolated. The image of the lonely teenage bronchian buck, adorned with a pink carnation, speaks to a generation's nascent disillusionment. It captures the awkward beauty of youth, yet underscores an underlying sense of being out of luck, adrift in a changing tide. This personal narrative mirrors the broader cultural shift. The individual's nascent hope was already shadowed by the larger inescapable truth. The music, in its purest form, had already begun its long, slow fade. For 10 years, we navigated a new wilderness, the moss growing thick on what once was vibrant. The old order, where the jester entertained the king and queen, began to crumble. The borrowed coat, the voice from the common man, hinted at a coming upheaval. The jester, a figure of subversive truth, dared to steal the thorny crown. Justice was suspended, verdicts withheld. While some sought answers in ideology, others merely sang dirges, acknowledging the encroaching darkness. The summer swelter brought a chaotic energy, a helter-skelter descent into disarray. The birds, once symbols of freedom, sought refuge in fallout shelters, a stark image of impending doom. The game, once played with clear rules, devolved into frantic attempts. The jester, now sidelined and broken, watched as the halftime air, once sweet with promise, became a prelude to conflict. The marching band, representing order, clashed with the players, embodying a generation's frustrated aspirations. The field remained contested. A generation, lost in the vastness of space, found itself without a compass. The old nursery rhymes, once comforting, now twisted into ominous warnings. Jack Flash, perched precariously, illuminated a world where fire became the devil's only friend. Rage simmered, a primal response to the unfolding spectacle. No angelic force, however pure, could break the insidious spell. As flames consumed the night, a sacrificial rite unfolded, and in the inferno, Satan himself found delight. The blues, a melody of sorrow, offered no happy news. The sacred places, once resonant with music, now stood silent, their instruments unplayed. The world outside screamed in anguish, lovers wept, and poets dreamed of a beauty that seemed forever lost. Not a word was spoken, for the church bells, once heralds of hope, were broken. The revered Trinity, symbols of guidance and faith, departed, leaving a void. The day the music died was not merely an end, but a profound, enduring silence.